Okay, well, what I knew about Chopin was that he was a classical composer, and that's all I knew about him. And after researching for this project, I feel like he was way underrated for our time, that we should all know him, because certain things I think that a lot of people would like about him, like he was the original metrosexual. I think that he actually made that term true, and I just think that he's a lot more like us than we think. He has a lot of little things about him that would make people like us insecure, but I don't think he was insecure about it. He was very open, and I really like that about him. I like that he was really OCD, and I think I don't know, people should know about him. And it was just really exciting to see that this was going on in Poland. You know, I had no idea about it other than you guys telling us that this was going on, so I thought it was really exciting and really cool. And I thought the experience was just once in a lifetime for me to be able to talk with you guys and bounce ideas off. I learned a lot about myself and how I talk and how I email, and that I really have to think about that more as I get older, and that I have to kind of make sure everything is translatable, and I think that's important. It was really challenging, I think, for us to communicate, but we made it work. And we, you know, I think I learned how to talk slower and type in a different way, and just be more, use words that were really simple and easy, and I think he did great. They did great communicating with me too. I just thought it was really cool that there's a committee behind this, and that we get to present to some really important people, and that we get this opportunity, that they even were so open to letting us, that maybe they don't know much about us or our institute, but the fact that they were open to collaborate was just really cool. I think I underestimated the fact that not just knowing another language, but just knowing how to communicate with them, and knowing how to form ideas that not just are cool to me, but can be cool to somebody else. And to know different cultures is the most important thing to me as I grow older, and I think in advertising that's where it's going, because now that the internet is really taking over, I mean, everybody's on the internet and you can't control which countries look at it, so I think it's crucial for all of us to continue collaborating with people in other countries. I think it was a really big challenge, and honestly, even though I'm part of the audience, I think it was hard for me too, because I feel like I'm very different than a lot of people my age, and you know, I think of myself as an own person, so you really have to step back and, you know, actually communicate to other people and talk about your project with other people, because in my experience, people who aren't in advertising, if I talk to them about it, they actually have better ideas sometimes, because we're so in advertising. But I think just knowing myself is sometimes just not enough. You really have to, I read blogs and I read forums, and that always helps. Well, the only thing is, I always wish that I had more time. I wish that, you know, we could have been working on it all last year, and that we could have, the one thing I would have changed is if we could have known about it before 2010, because then there could have been some really cool opportunities to promote before it even happened. So I think I learned that I have to use other sources of inspiration than I was already using. I can't just Google things. I have to look at other websites, that, like DeviantArt was nice to just see how many people are influenced by one person or one idea, and you know, to see the negatives and the positives, and the questions that are out there about this person or this thing that we're trying to work with. So I learned a lot about my process and what I really have to do. Like, sometimes you have to dig way deeper, and your presentation was so in-depth at the beginning that it was like, well, what else do I need to know? How do I find it? So it's good, you know, and sometimes it's good to not be on the computer and to look at books and to go back to the roots. My name is Heather Nguyen, and I love Chopin.